Alright. Let's start for today, actually. We're starting pretty late. Yeah, start this. We've been in a pretty Steins Gate mood lately with Steins Gate coming out. And when I noticed Steins Gate on Steam, I was like, we gotta commit. Now, I've only seen the the anime. But, oh, bad. Oops. Okay, there we go. Right. Let's start.
すべては偶然だ。だがその偶然はあらかじめ決められていた世界の意志でもあった。
And we're gonna do on it, yep.
俺はイカれてなどいない。至って正常だ。ここでは真実を語っているんであって、断じて中二病の妄想なんかじゃない。きっかけはほんの些細なことだとしても、それが未来の大きな流れを決定づけてしまうこともある。バタフライ効果という言葉を知っているか？知らないなら調べるのだ。それぐらいの慎重さが求められているのだということを理解しろ。残念ながら俺は慎重じゃなかった。自分の愚かさを分かっていたらあいつを失うことになんてならなかった。未来をこんな形にしてしまうなんてこともなかった。分かるはずがないだろう。その瞬間の自分の手に人類すべての運命を決定づけるような重大なターニングポイントのスイッチが握られているなんていうことは分かるはずがないんだ。
Yo, bro! How are you, GSR?
人間の知覚は 99% が遮断されている。
We have started a few seconds ago. I have no idea.
普段の生活の中に埋もれている何気ないことなど気にも留めないし。
But we've been in a mood for this.
脳が処理をしないからど
And
ちらか
yesterday, when we noticed Steins Gate Zero has come
うか
out.
つなことをするなと。軽率なことをするなと。見て見ぬふりをするなと。
So it's gonna be nice to do this visual novel.
陰謀の魔の手は思った以上にずっと身近にあって、いつでもお前を陥れようと手
And
に
how
す
are
れ
you
ていている
doing
のだと。
today, GSR? I hope the surge was fun.
宇宙に始まりはあるか終わりはない。無限星にもまた始まりはあるが、自らの力を持って滅びゆく。有限英知を持つ者こそ最も愚かであるの。歴史からも読み取れる。海に生ける魚は陸の世界を知らない。
Oh, this game is speaking a trophy achievement.
彼らが英知を持ている。それもまた滅びる。
I like story. I like all sorts of games. This is more of a
魚
novel
たちが
though.
陸で生活を
Visual
始
novel.
めるよりも滑稽。
But Steins Gate has always been having an amazing story. Which is really awesome. Wish more people know about it. Nice. When we start to go into time travel stories, holy shit, that's pretty loud on my end. Is it loud for you guys? Thing is, when you start to look into the hero's journey, and all of that, and when we go into writing, I kind of like the hero's fall in this one, especially, and the multi-layered of how word lines and so on is all built up, and how they change, diverging, and all of that. They do it in a pretty interesting way in this game. So should we voice act these things?
Sweat slowly slides down my chin and drips onto the asphalt.
Capo? The art is pretty beautiful. So. A girl is standing in front of me. The only game sort of like this, it is the serious game. Others have actual puzzles. So.
She calls my name with an inquisitive tilt of her head. We're about to infiltrate deep into enemy territory, yet despite the imminent risk of death, there is no hint of tension on her innocent childlike features. I cover my phone's mouthpiece, turn to the girl with an inner.
The first chapters in these games, you're talking to someone? These games always begin with character bonding, or rather reader bonding, kind of like, how do you call it? Reader relationship building with characters, just giving a lot of stuff, letting the reader become more exposed to their personalities and so on. And once you've gone through all of that kind of phase, you begin doing all of the interesting stuff like killing out characters and so on.
I nod and put my phone back to my ear.
9 eyes, 9 persons, 9 doors. Serious game versus like Zero Time Dilemma. Still no sound from the other side. Those are the 3 serious game games. Capo.
My countenance is wise to maintain silence. The whole area could be bugged.
いや、こちらの話だ。問題ない。これより会場に潜入する。
No, I was just talking to someone. Everything's fine. I'm about to infiltrate the Thunder Hall.
Gonna reply.
Looks like they just want my report. It's too dangerous to waste time talking here anyway.
ああ、ドクター中垣は抜け駆けをした。たっぷりとその考えについて聞かせてもらうつもりさ。
What I really like with games like this one is that the character kind of like figures out how to time travel. But the thing is, he starts to messing it up so bad so that people start dying, and he tries to fix it. And then he tries to fix this so many times that he, as a person, breaks down emotionally. And then piles on in a completely different path and so on. The entire whole approach, the multi-layer thing with how the protagonist becomes something else in a different kind of like word line, trying to fix it with by controlling himself from previous and so on. But it kind of gets pretty interesting on the multi-layered part.
何？機関が動き出しているだと。
But that's a bit not even breaking the iceberg though.
What? What? The organization is already on the move? I opened my eyes wide to match my shocked tone.
The girl turns towards me in surprise.
I sigh, shaking my head as I rub my temple.
それがシュタインズゲートの選択。
So that's the choice of Steins Gate.
L,
El Sai Condro. Speak the parting words, then pocket my cell phone. Steins Gate. Some know it. It has fate, to others. It is the will of God.
I heard it's got good story. Yeah. And that is pretty much why we're playing it now. this is one of those visual novels that were turned into animes, which actually are which are super good. And they kind of like began with a new anime adaptation of a continuation of Steins Gate, and that kind of like made us like, dude, we want to go through Steins Gate again. But this time, let's do it visual novel instead of anime.
A good counter on the one hand, the people in this world are aware of his true nature. In any case, we should begin the infiltration. I advance towards Radican, which is just across the street from the train station.
This game is very otaku, so basically very anime, manga, geeky style.
Of course, this is enemy territory. I can't just ride through the front door like an average person. I bypass the elevators and the escalators and head to the 8th floor by the stairwell.
I wouldn't mind playing this game, but it would have to be on sale. Something low, yeah.
But I only make it to the 7th floor before I have to stop and rest.
さっき携帯で誰と話してた
Who
の？
was that on the phone?
Girl, China Mayuri immediately resumes our conversation. She followed me all the way here, and she isn't even short of breath. I, on the other hand, am gasping for air with my hands on my knees. Who would have thought that an 8-story building would be so tall? Turned to Mayuri while wiping the sweat off my brow.
聞くな。それがマユリのためでも。
I told you I would have to kill you.
あ、そうなんだ。オカリン、ありがとう。
Okay, maybe when they voice act, I don't have to voice act them.
Mayuri smiles happily and doesn't pry any further.
I'm thinking about doing Prey, Moon Crash Night. Ah, some FPS games. Nice.
As always, she is quick to understand my position. We've known each other since we were both little. Mayuri is 16, 2 years younger than me, so she's more like a little sister than a typical childhood friend. I've been looking out for her as long as I can remember. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to the Steins Gate, but now I reconsider. I don't want that terrible fate for her. She should live a normal life. That is my present wish. We continue to the 8th floor and enter the assembly hall. In front of us stands a sheep-looking stage with a podium and a sign reading Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine Press Conference.
それより、オカリン、オカリン。
Mayuri insists on calling me Okarin, but it's neither my real name nor my code name. It's just one of those annoying nicknames people use.
Consider Prey a first-person shooter, but yeah, I guess it is. Hmm? Are there many Prey games? I mean, if it's not a first-person, I only know of the Prey game where they have first-person shooting. Yeah, literally that.
マユリよ、いつも言っているだろう。俺のことをオカリンと呼ぶなと。
でも昔からそう呼んでたよ。
それは昔の話だ。今の俺は法王院京馬。世界中の秘密組織から狙われる狂気のマッドサイエンティストだ。
It's more similar to Bioshock, you know, it's more interesting. But, yeah, it sounds totally like a first-person shooter. I'm thinking first-person shooter, I'm thinking Call of Duty, something. Yeah, for it to be considered first-person shooter, first... Okay, it's the easiest way to think like this. What is the core gameplay mechanic in the game? Do you shoot? Yes. Okay. Is it in first person? Yes. Congratulations, you have a first person shooter. Prey has always been about shooting monsters and so on. Aside from storytelling that. But most shooters prey on story-driven storylines, storytelling.
だって難しくて覚えられないし。
In any case, Ho in Kyoma is my true name.
それに岡部倫太郎と一文字も合ってないの？おかしいね。
Cease your foolish laughter. Okabe Rintaro may be my real name, but I have rejected it for it is stupid. And so I also hate the derivative Okarin. Come on, it sounds like that elf boy's blue pipe thing.
でね、オカリン、教えてほしいんだけど。
One ear and out the other. He's been calling me that for 5 years now, so maybe it's time to give up.
Yeah, if she's been calling you that for 5 years, you have totally already grown adjusted to it.
これからここで何が
That's
始ま
like
るの？
1,500 days.
お前はそれも知らずここまで俺についてきたというのか。
She nods without dropping her smile.
これからここで始まるのはドクター中鉢の記者会見だ。
We're standing in the assembly hall on the 8th floor of Radican. It is here that the conference will be held. Dr. Nakabachi is an inventor. He appears on TV from time to time and has a few patents under his belt, but mostly he's treated as a curiosity.
記者会見？でも記者さんなんて見当たらない気がするよ。
Meyer's right. I scanned the entire hall, but there's no one who looks like a reputable reporter or cameraman. I think we're gonna drop this voice. There are only about 10 of us standing in the hall, including me. Considering Nakabachi's moderate media presence and the fact that he claims to have invented a time machine, I would have expected more.
あるいは機関による何らかの妨害を受けたのかもしれないな。
I like how he has made up this organization thing. I twist my lips into a sneer.
I thought that Nakabachi was like a scientist fighting to overthrow the organization. But this press conference suggests other motives. Burke, our enemies won't miss this chance.
巻き込まれるのは勘弁だがな。
Nevertheless, I'm interested in what he has to say. That's why I'm here, blowing an afternoon of my precious summer holiday. Mayuri ponders my utterance for a while before finally turning her head.
巻き巻きトカゲ？それを言うならエリマキトカゲだね。
I let out a sigh. Mayuri is known not to only make bad jokes but to laugh at them. She's always been special.
前より気をつけろ。おそらくこの記者会見、何らかの事件が起き。
I didn't even finish my sentence.
Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves?
Dust falls from the ceiling as the floor shakes. We're definitely under attack. It's coming from above, but we're on the top floor. All that's above is the roof.
地震かな？震度 2？ マグニチュード 2？ 震度とマグニチュードってどう違うんだっけ？
No time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Something's not right about this.
I bolt out the conference hall and run up the stairs to the roof, ignoring the no trespassing signs in our way.
Door is open. Upon closer inspection, I realize that the lock has been broken. I open the door and see a billowing cloud of black smoke. Some kind of phosphorescent dust sparkling in the air.
爆発だと。
Looking at your games list, you have Layers of Fear done. Good. Layers of Fear, which... that game. Yeah... The story in the Layers of Fear was a bit... It has one of the worst games I ever played. GSR, if that's the worst game you have played, you should play Blood Rain 2. Then that will definitely be your worst game played. Layers of Fear is far from a bad game. Like, the game is all about scares. That's what the game is about, and it does some really good ones. I played Blood Rain 2, but never got that far into it. Oh, after doing the tutorial level, which I found to be super good, and then coming out kind of like fighting in the streets, we were like, this fucking sucks. Especially when we got to the big enemy, because when we lost at the enemy, we had to do. We started at a checkpoint 10-12 minutes before that encounter and had to redo all of that again, and that was freaking difficult. Abnormal difficulty. So we turned on God mode and played through the entire game, and the only thing we could say about encounters and so on is that it was a pile of turds. First boss killed me a couple of times, I remember. Which one is the first boss? Is it some lady with blades? Some ninja kind of thing? Because it's not a boss, it's just a special enemy. But that's when I turned on God mode. Because you couldn't attack you couldn't really transition into defense. So you couldn't really defend against enemy attacks. Thank you, some guy. Oh, okay, him. Yeah, we beat that guy. He's the guy who turns into bats, right? I can't believe it. Was there really an explosion? My heart is racing. Damn, I don't know what to do. Should I run away? But why an explosion? Terrorists? No, that doesn't fit. I mean, how do you explain that? What the? A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the roof. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall, and looks kind of like a satellite. Did that thing cause the shaking just now? Who put it here? Was it Dr. Nakabachi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible! Even if that were the case, how the hell would he get it up here? My head is bursting with questions. As I search for the courage to approach the machine, a throng of reporters and building staff bursts onto the rooftop. They look just as confused as I am. And then a woman, who I assume is a staff member, appears to wave us back. Is she trying to hide something? Her response was unusually quick, almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device. I want to know, but I shouldn't risk getting any closer. I turn and leave. But not because I'm scared or anything like that. Staff members led all of us back to the 8th floor. Mayuri is nowhere to be seen. She's not in the event hall either. I find her on the 7th floor. Any of the games announced at E3 you're looking forward to? I don't watch E3. I would probably prefer if they just dumped a list of all the games and then a link to their trailer, because I can't stand the marketing talks they're doing and the press conference and everything. It's too much of a sect for me. To me, that entire thing is just a pyramid scheme. It's just about trying to shelve in as much customers as possible, or to grow their player base. You can tell it by the techniques they're doing when they're talking. It's all just fluff talk. They talk about nothing, only about happiness and all of that. Kind of like having their presentation guy standing in the middle of the crowd, for instance, is a typical kind of like way to do this in. Feel more down to the earth, down to the, you know, being part of the audience and so on. All of this stuff they have been doing for years is kind of like, it's just too much. I just watched the trailers, but my main problem is usually is at 99% cinematics, not actually. I have no idea what kind of game it is. Yeah, but that's the entire part. They don't really have the things to show you yet. They just want to build. They want customers. That is the thing. They try to hook you in with cinematics, trying to paint this picture in your head, which makes you feel like, God, I need to pre-order this game. That's all there is to it. So, and that is also another point, is that I want to see their gameplay trailers, not their just presentation trailers or hooking trailers, as I call them. I mean, because in the end, they most of those trailers are just supposed there to be pimps trying to draw in customers, or yeah. And I can't deal with that. And the other part is that most of the games are already franchises. It's just the big companies, and no matter how we do these games, you will know about them because they do insane marketing. So overall, it's kind of like, Devil May Cry is coming. Oh yeah. We would have known that even if you had already, you know, one day until release date. It would never bypass your radar. Hey, we're doing Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, you've been saying this for years. We know. Hey, we're doing Blood Rain 3. Okay. I don't know if they are actually doing a Blood Rain 3. But E3 is... I would probably have preferred if E3 was more... Take E3, but then make it about indie games. Because seriously, I cannot keep track of indie games. So I'm not sure about the new main character is Beyond Good and Evil 2. I have no idea. It probably is, but it doesn't really. If you've done Beyond Good and Evil 1, it doesn't really fit if they would use the same protagonist in the second game, unless it is a reboot or a prequel or anything like that. But yeah, let's see here now.
Several capsule toys machines are lined up next to the plate, reading birthplace of Japanese PC. Whoa. She's gazing up on them with a wistful look. I breathe a sigh of relief, then take out my phone.
これだ。どうも嫌な。
Character from the first game is main
俺たち
battle.
の知らないところで何かが起こっているようだ。
Probably not. It's me! I've got a bad feeling about this. Something's happening and I have no idea what it is.
ああ、分かってる。無茶をしないさ。俺も命は惜しいからな。エル、サイ、コブ。
Can we... I do not dare to press any of those buttons because I know one of them can skip. After I speak the words and hang up, I'm able to wipe the sweat from my forehead. My sweat is cold. Half of me hopes something will happen. The other half fears the same thing. I put away my phone and looked back at Mayuri. She's still staring at those capsule toys. She doesn't seem to be worried about the explosion at all. I can't decide if she's level-headed or just airheaded.
前より何をしている？
ウーパが欲しいなって。
Oopa. Turtles. Mayuri points to a capsule machine. Sign on the front says Rainet Kakuru. 3D character doll series. Rainet Kakuru is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, Rainet Axis Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Oopa is the series' mascot character. It resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out, like some kind of deformed dog. It's what they call an ugly cute character. High school girls find these creatures adorable for some reason. Last year an ugly frog character was the rage. Its name escapes me though.
やればいい。ウーパが当たるかどうかは保証できないがな。
Mayuri gives me a troubled smile.
でもね、マユシーは今100円玉を切らしちゃっているのです。
But yeah, still, that is something that is needed. There are so many indie games, and being able to know the great ones, the good ones, and the obviously third ones, you know, just the list of it. I mean, having an E3 for that, or more like just a website for that, would be a lot better, or would be nice. According to her, it's supposed to have an A and star at the end. Ayushi. But who really cares?
だから、おかりんおかりん、100円貸して。
She holds her hands out with a look like a begging puppy. Looks like she was planning this from the very beginning. Well, at least she didn't say Gibby.
黙ったれるな、マユリ。金若さん、俺がお前に人生の厳しさを教えてやる。
Now, the interesting part in games, at least, is like, let's say that this was actually a game and not a visual novel. And you had gameplay for kind of like, let's say that she dies, and then you need to change the timelines in order to save her. Let's just say that. But most gamers would be like, why should we save her? Who fucking cares? Bam. Takes a different route. How to fix that? Because one of the funny things with gaming in general is that the player is one of the most apathetic creatures in the game. They will be some of the first one who will say, "I don't give a shit if anyone dies. Hey, can we kill them?" I don't. It should be possible to fix it, but overall, at the moment, I'm like, how do you even do it? It's a lot easier in visual novels and anime and so on. Since the player is not really the player but the observer. I pull out a 100 yen coin, set it into the machine slot and spin the lever. I open the capsule and take out the contents. Mayuri leans forward eagerly to see what I got.
ウーパだよ。しかもメタルウーパ。
Metalupa.
それはレアなのか？
すごく。
Super rare. すごく。 to Goku. While I examined the Metal Upa, a boy who was watching us tries his luck on the same Rainet machine.
あ普通のウーパだ
He looks at my Metal Upa in resentment. Well, obviously, if you go to an Upa machine and someone has just gotten a Metal Upa, then you know for certain that the next rotate, you will not get a Metal Upa. That's not how, you know, it's not gonna work. Distribution. Now, if someone had turned 100 times and not gotten a Metal Upa, then the next time is probably a lot higher to get a Metal Upa, if there is a Metal Upa in the machine. I turned to see Mayuri's sparkling eyes, also fixed on the Upa. Hey, high school girl, you're acting like a little kid.
ではマユリにくれてやろう。
Oh, it was him. Okabe Rintaro. Honestly, I don't want it.
本当いいのオカリ
Really? Are you sure? Kidding?
おーい今日まだ。
That name is so complicated to pronounce. Hoin. Hoin. Kyoma is easier though, but Hoin. Everyone is going to say Kyoma because it's so much easier. Except for Rentaru because say Hoin is so much cooler than saying Kyoma. And that is the entire point of it.
ありがとうオカリ
She doing it on purpose?
本日はドクター中鉢によるタイムマシン発明成功記念会見にお集まりいただき誠にありがとうございます。
I hear the announcement from the floor above.
どうやら始まるようだな。
I head to the stairs, but Mayuri doesn't follow.
行くぞマユリ。
待って待って名前書かなくちゃ
She's preoccupied with a Metal Upa. I go on ahead.
それでは早速登場していただきましょう。発明家ドクター中鉢さんです。皆さん盛大な拍手でお迎えください。
Dr. Nakabachi enters to sparse applause. He walks up to the podium. He's already wearing a frown. For some reason, I can feel his irritation from here.
ドクター中鉢だ。どうぞよろしく。
Nakabachi takes the microphone and begins to speak, his voice brimming with confidence.
それではここに集まってもらった諸君だけに人類史に残る世紀の大発明タイムマシンについての理論をお教えしよう。
タイムマシンあの人が作ったの
Mayuri appears after writing her name on the Metal Upa. She's a bit late in more ways than one. What did she think a time machine presentation would be about? Well, she probably didn't pay too much attention to the name of the place. Coin. Kyoma. I need some more water. I'm kind of feeling that we need to oil up the fruit a bit. All right. Take another look around the room. There are about 20 people now, including us, but still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabachi's fame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I was interested in what he had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't, as he proceeds to explain his time machine design. My curiosity quickly turns to disappointment, then anger. My roar silences Nakabachi and draws the eye of every person in the room. Do you take us for fools? Who the hell are you?
俺が誰なのかはどうでもいい。それより今あなたが語ったタイムマシンの理論は一体何だ。ジョン・タイターのパクリではないか。あなたはそれでも発明家か。
You stole your theory from John Titor. You call yourself an inventor?
誰かその男をつまみ出せ。
出ていくのはあなただ、ドクター。恥を知れ。金輪際、あなたには発明家を名乗る資格はないぞ。
うるさい、黙れ。生意気な若造め。
As then, someone grabs my arm from behind. Quite convinced it's an official here to throw me out, I turn around to glare him down. Ah. It's a girl about my age. Her intense stare seems to challenge me. I take a step back. Her face looks somehow familiar. Where have I seen her before?
Oh.
We haven't met, but I know her face. It is Akise Kurisu. A few days ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled Girl Genius Gives Lecture in Akihabara. Yeah, it should be Akihabara. Yeah, something like that. The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. Girl genius, Akise Kurisu. I recognize the stubborn-looking girl from her photograph. She's even wearing the exact same scout. What business could such a genius have with me? He takes a quick look around the room, then turns back to me with a stern expression.
ちょっと来てくれませんか。
What's with the attitude? She's obviously not staff. There's no way that that the Makisa Kurisu would be working with someone like Dr. Nakabachi. Which means no.
貴様、機関の人間か。まさかここまで手が回っているとは。俺としたことか。
ふざけてないで、ちょっと来てください。
え？
My outburst has already attracted too much attention. Nakabachi in particular looks like he wants to rip my head off. It must be mortifying to be exposed as a fraud by a bright young man like myself. Anyway, I mustn't draw any more attention to myself. If the organization gets wind of my presence here, it could endanger Mayuri, to say nothing of these ignorant civilians. I let Makise Kurisu lead me out of the assembly hall.
ここで俺に何かすれば人目につくぞ。そうなれば貴様もいろいろまずいだろう。
Mhm.
何かって何ですか？人聞きの悪い。
Hey, what's up, Pretty? Yeah. We definitely are. Glares at me quite fiercely at that. Attractive though she may be, there's no innocence in her eyes. And welcome as well.
A beautiful agent, unmatched in cruelty. My heart beats in acceleration from the danger.
Kappa. Looks like chaos really does get my blood pumping.
私はあなたに聞きたいことがあるだけです。
それに答える義理はない。
I've seen the anime a long time ago. And when Steins Gate Zero came out quite recently, we were like, holy shit, we really need to do the visual novel for once. I don't remember a lot from Steins Gate before, so I found it to be the perfect time to jump on. Thank you for the follow. What makes you think I'll answer? I know how the organization operates. VN is great, a lot more stuff. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But I've heard that the anime is incredibly awesome as well. One of the few, like Chaos Head is a good example of where the anime adaptation couldn't even get close to the awesomeness of the visual novel. Steins Gate visual novel, Steins Gate anime probably isn't quite on par with a visual novel, but still, for just going for the canon story, I think it does an amazing job at that. The letter, I think everyone agrees with me on that. Yeah, I've seen, I think I've seen all 9 episodes, not the 10th though, since it's not available on Crunchyrolls, unless you're premium. I kinda like this. I feel like it's a good kinda like... thing is, the character is completely broken down after going through too many world lines and all of that. So he's definitely broken down, and I feel like that is great because you have this rise of the hero, and now you kind of like have the fall of the hero, you'd say, and I like it. I mean, I think the credits, the ending, it actually portrays it in such a good way with the music and scenes and all. I'm talking about the V and the anime on the other hand. Great. Ah, okay, nice. Yeah, I haven't looked into Steins Gate Zero VM. I'm probably planning on doing it in the future. The anime on the other hand is great. Dang, awesome. Nice. It's kind of interesting. How could a VN be worse than the anime?
Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ。機関のエージェントに捕まった。
Well, it is complicated, yeah, and I'll notice.
気をつけろ。
Eventually, I'll pick up Steins Gate Zero as well, the visual novel. It's me. I've been caught by an organization agent, but it's Makise Kurisu. She's a dangerous one. No, it's fine. I'll find a way to. It's like they added more content on scenes that needed it in. On the other hand, they really short scenes in the VM. Ah, okay. Kurisu suddenly snatches the phone from my hand. What skill? I didn't have time to react. Literally running is some ass in the VM. Hoping they handle it well in the anime. Interesting. It's going to be nice to see that, because I really do not have a good understanding of verse VNs and so on. I've only done the good ones. And one of the best ways to get a clear understanding in that thing is by doing verse VNs. I think I'm gonna look forward to Steins Gate Zero BN in that case. As I said, I kind of like work with game design and so on in the indie scene. So I've been breaking down games for quite some time. So breaking down visual novels is awesome as well. But I haven't done too many visual novels.
あれこの携帯電源切れてる
So I'm gonna be looking forward to break down Steins Gate Zero. Oh, your phone is off. Talking to
誰と
himself, eh?
話していたんですか
I'm really looking forward to once we get past all of the character relation, or rather reader bonding with all of the characters. I'm going to look forward to what happens after that. Her eyes pierce deep into my soul. I quickly look away. He's good. Is she trying to attack my sense of identity in order to cause a mental break? Recover. This isn't enough to sway me.
貴様に答える義理はないが一応教えてやろう。それは俺以外が触ると自動的に電源がオフになる特別製の携帯なのだ。うわっ
Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that could get me killed. Kappa. I quickly retrieve my phone and wipe the cold sweat off my forehead. Phew, that was close.
そう独り言だったのね
Talk to yourself. They're releasing a remaster of this later. Really? Dang. This is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Maki Sekurisu, the genius girl. SG Elite, if I'm not mistaken. Ah. Nice. I wonder what they would do different in that case. Working out pretty well. On the contrary, she's the one psyching me. Damn, looks like I'll have to make a tactical retreat. If I can just find an opening. Suddenly, Kurisu steps up to me with a serious expression. She stares right at me, her huge eyes blazing with strength of will. Such fire! I can't look away! Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent?
さっき私に何を言おうとしたんですか
Earlier? That's the fun part. Have that future Kyoma and yes. Send messages.
さっきとはいつのことだ
What are you talking about?
ほんの15分くらい前会見が始まる前に
Nonsense! This is the first time we met. I was with Mayuri and that Upa toy 15 minutes ago. And this is one of the things I like with kind of like time travel in games. It's kind of like you can build up the protagonist by using kind of like yourself, kind of like a future version of yourself to do stuff in order to manipulate all of the events, and in that way, you know, so you can do all of kind of like weird stuff that you do not understand the first time you're reading it, but then next time you're reading it, you can, or later on in the story, you can kind of like start to piece together all of these strange things happening. That's one of the things I really like with time travel storytelling. It's like you can layer on so much. Pretty cool way. You were trying to tell me something, right? You looked really upset. Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. And the funny part would be that, like, all of this organization, Steins Gate and so on, are just are stuff that someone injected into Kyoma or Ocarina during the childhood in order to, you know, to prepare for all of this stuff.
しそうで、それにすごく辛そうです。どうして？私前にあなたと会ったことありますか？
Right. That's right, don't let her beauty fool you. She's a cold, calculating secret agent. If I show the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for.
そういえば、なんで私の名前知ってるんです？
俺は全てお見通しなのだ。
My knowledge has no limits. I'm a mad scientist after all.
天才少女よ、次会う時は敵同士だな。
Venus girl, oh man.
は？
さらばだ。うわ
Mad scientist. There, ho in coma. I spin around and take off down the stairs, ignoring her call to stop, like I'd listened to the enemy. I'll never be able to pull that off for damn the organization.
あれほどのエージェントを送り込んでくるとは、ついに本気になったようだな。
Fourth floor. Once I'm convinced, I run all the way down to the fourth floor and shake behind me. Once I'm convinced Makise Kurisu is not tailing me, I sigh while rubbing my temples. They do rub their temples a lot on this one. But I can't let them capture me yet. Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabachi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now, what is it?
マユリを置いてきた。
Damn, I left Mayuri behind. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety but got careless. I'll try calling her first. If she's alright, then I can just have her meet. With that thought in mind, I take out my phone. I turn it on. And it rings, just as I do.
メールか？
It's not just a regular email. There's a video attached. And it is from an unknown address. I opened the video file with some trepidation. Trepidation? What the fuck? Who the fuck uses the word trepidation? There's nothing but noise. Is this a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurisu style attack? Maybe the noise is some sort of make people go crazy frequency. No wait, I don't remember giving her my mail address, so I'm probably just thinking too hard. I curse myself from being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. Daru. Paris. Mayuri.
Mayuri, なぜ出ない？
Looks like I'll have to go back to the assembly hall. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makise Kurisu again.
まさかマキセマユリをさらったな。おのれ、それが機関のやり方か。
Leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me. And there's a very real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. Mayuri has always been like that. I never know if she will be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became in Doma.
戻るしかないか。
I have to go back for her. But there's something I do not really understand here. When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabachi's conference has just finished. Or about some idea I'm thinking about. Nobody is on stage and the phony inventor has already left. 20 or so members of the audience are starting to pack up. I soon find Mayuri. She's in the corner, looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Makise Kurisu anywhere.
あの女、俺におじけづいたか。よかろう。今日のところは見逃してやるとしよう。
Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayuri.
マユリ、なぜ電話に出ない？そろそろ帰るぞ。
あ、おかり。メタルーパがいなくなっちゃった。
Natalupa ran away. She turns to me with a forlorn expression.
いなくなった？勝手に動き出したのか？それは実にファンタジーだな。
落としたみたい。
I think I dropped it.
見つからないなら諦めろ。また当てればいい。
当たりっこないよ。だってね、メタルーパはネットオークションで1万円近いプレミアがついてるんだよ。
That toy was worth that much.
マユリよ、一体どこで落としたのだ？
わかんないから探してるんだよ。あと、見つけても売らないからね。
その1万円、この俺の研究資金にしてやる。
だから、
10,000 yen is like
売ら
nothing.
ないってば。
If I remember correctly.
書いちゃったし。
Thus begins our search for the Metalupa.
トゥットゥルー、ウーパさん、ウーパさん、出ておいで。
Right. Gotta love that to Mayuri tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects a response. By the way, tuturu is Mayuri's catchphrase. It means actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Well, it means tuturu. Well, it's like it is said. What it says. It describes itself. Anyway, the Metalupa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall, but on the 7th floor, landing near the capsule toy machines. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe in envy.
おのれ、金にしか興味のない下劣なやつめ。恥を知れ。
おかりも
Sounds like you walk in. What was that?
悲鳴
That a scream? I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall. Including Mayuri and me. Less than half the audience remain. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress a shiver. First the explosion on the roof, now this. What's going on here? Mayuri squeezes my hand tight.
マユリ、ここに
Stay
いろ。
here, Mayuri. I take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head in the direction of that scream.
The echoes led me down a darkened hallway on the same floor. I'm pretty sure it came from around that corner. I crouched down and turned the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any sign of danger. There, at the end of the passage, see it. There's something on the ground. Metal gear. No, someone. Motionless. Who is it? Clothes are familiar. It can't be. Akase Kurisu.
Her face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impertinent genius girl I just fought with 10 minutes ago is now face down in a pool of bright red blood. She's dead. Suddenly, I realize that I'm shaking. I want to run away. I shouldn't have come. This is wrong. Someone killed Makise Kurisu. There's no other explanation. Who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. I twist around in shock. Some other men have followed me, and every one of them is ghastly pale. They must have seen the body. A man cries out in panic. At this, everyone else starts screaming and running away. I follow them, of course. There's absolutely no reason to stay here. Concern for Makise Kurisu is superseded by my instinctive urge to flee. When I get back to the assembly hall, Mayuri is waiting for me with tears in her eyes. What happened, Okari? Okari. I grab Mayuri's hand and run. I race down the stairs trying to drive the image of Kurisu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind, more than the sight of the body itself. That was my first time seeing her dead body. Is this what it's like? When I realized that she was dead, I felt chilling terror and urge of nausea. But that was all I felt, fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well. I finally stop once we get out to the main street. Chodori. My chest pounds, my breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed.
ねえねえ、何があったの？顔色すごく悪いけど。
Mayuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet.
人が死んでた。
Someone died. I take several deep breaths. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I have calmed down a bit. Makise Kurisu is dead, and I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance, I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive, and this area will become a crime scene. The crowds milling through Akihabara have no idea what has happened. Sorry. Everyone is going about their business as usual, the never-ending search for electronics, mo, and porn. Just another day in Akihabara. I take my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. I'm not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. My friend Daru. I'll tell him what happened. just now, since he knows about Max Krisu. I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim, but my adrenaline is pumping. I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty slime-like flesh. But our souls fester like semen left to rot in the womb. That's how we humans are. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. I don't know if she was stabbed. That just seemed like the most logical explanation given the amount of blood, the absence of a gunshot. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. Can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. It might make me feel guilty as well. The thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close, and only a few minutes later I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? Well, I'm a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finish typing and place my thumb over the send button. Then, I press down. Sending. What was that? Wait, look around. They're gone. Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished into thin air. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I saw them vanish with my own 2 eyes. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone on the empty street. Desperate to find someone, anyone, I look up. And there, at the top of Radican, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall, where we just were, is a crashed satellite. Intro! It has its own power, it ruins and it goes through the start. picture, please, Captain.
おい、そこの貴様。俺たちが見えているか？なぜ何も答えない？貴様に聞いているんだぞ。モニターのそっち側にいる貴様にだ。間抜け面をしようってつまらんやつだ。貴様からだと俺たちはテレビのモニターの中にいるように見えるだろうな。だがそれは大きな間違いだ。モニターの中にいるのは貴様なのだよ。貴様が現実だと思っているその世界は実は全て虚構。もちろん貴様自身もな。真の現実、それはこちら側にある。自分が何を指摘されているのかすら分かっていないか。無理もない。まあいい。貴様には分かりやすく俺たちのことについて説明してやろうではないか。まず俺たちがいるのはどこかということだ。ここは東京秋葉原にある未来ガジェット研究所だ。俺たちは普段ラボと呼んでいる。世界の支配構造を作り変えるという我が野望の拠点だな。
そうなんだ。悪いことしちゃダメなんだよ、オカリン。
まあ入りは少し黙っていろ。駅から出たら中央通りを進み、末広町駅の交差点を蔵前橋通りへ左折。次の信号の一歩手前の路地を入ると大檜山ビルという古臭い雑居ビルがある。その2階に我がラボは今日構えている。目印はビル1階にあるブラウン管工房というマニアックなテナントだな。今時旧式のブラウン管テレビだけを扱っているショップだ。いかに電気街である秋葉原といえども需要があるとは思えない。寂れた店なのだ。だがブラウン管工房店長である天王寺というおっさんはこのビルのオーナーでもある。故に今野球ピッチで都市開発が進み、しかも高騰しているこの秋葉原であろうと道楽丸出しの店を構えていられるというわけだ。幸いにもあの店長は人を見る目はあるようでな。この俺のカリスマ性を見抜きビル2階を丸々ワンフロアただ同然で貸してくれたのだ。ふわだが未来ガジェット研究所は深刻な人材不足のため優秀な研究員を随時募集中だ。今のところ所属研究員は
オカリン、オカリン、そこはラボメンって言わなきゃ。所属研究員じゃなくて。
ラボメン、すなわちラボラトリーメンバーは俺を含めて3人である。ラボメンナンバー001、ラボ創設者にして狂気のマッドサイエンティストであるこの俺、法院京馬。
オカリンって呼び方の方が可愛いのに。
そしてコスプレが趣味のこう一点、ラボメンナンバー002、椎名真由里。
てってれー、マユシーです。着るんじゃなくて作るのが趣味だよ。
最後にスーパーハカー、ラボメンナンバー003、橋田至だ。
スーパーハカーって呼ぶなよ。スーパーハッカーだろ、ジョーコ。
そんな我々3人で構成される 未来ガジェット研究所の活動内容はそのものズバリ発明である。詳細は我がラボのホームページを見てくれ。もちろん闇の支配権力と戦うための未来ガジェットが最優先事項だが、その研究から派生する副産物的な発明も多い。というか、今のところはそっちばかりだ。すでに我々は8つの未来ガジェットを完成させた。だが、これはまだ序章でしかない。未来ガジェットのアイデアは、俺の中に108まであるのだ。
某テニス漫画みたいにですね。わかります。
人の煩悩の数といえ、このアットチャンネルの目。それと、俺が話しているのだから口出しをするなと言っているだろ。
そもそもオカリン、さっきからなんで独り言喋ってんの？
独り言ではない。見てわからないのか。俺は今、モニターの向こうにいるこいつに話しかけているのだ。
あ、今その人にやりって笑った。
おのれ貴様、何を笑っているのか。モニターの中の存在のくせに。
こっちみんなって言ってやれば？
通じないんじゃないかな。
俺たちに話しかけられていることにすら気づいていないらしいな。自覚がないというのは実に不幸なことだ。
その人にしてみたらマユシーたちがゲームみたいに見えてるのかな。
そいつには現実なのかゲームなのかっていう発想さえないんじゃね？
じゃあダル君の大好きな二次元の女の子たちもそうなの？
それは別。あの子たちは僕の嫁だから。
ダルの嫁の話はどうでもいい。
でもさ、マユシの言ったことって興味深いテーマじゃん。もし仮に僕たちがゲームの中の住人だとしたら、それを見極める術はあると思う？
ないな。
即答かよ。
故にそのような議論は不毛。世界の支配構造を打ち砕く方法について考える方がよほど有意義だ。
中二病、オツ。
A step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpacaman. This is a game called Alpacaman 2 where you speak to Alpacaman via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally I find only the ugly part of the ugly cute to be true. Holy shit. Totally. Totally. There we go. No, we're not gonna skip this. I'm not entirely sure what we're supposed to do here, actually. Uh-oh. Oh, you can quick save. Oh, okay, good to know. I bought it yesterday. 500 yen used, headset included. Okay, it's a quick save on that. Chunibyo, particularly 8th grade syndrome, a term referring to mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Okay. Unread. Ah, here we go. Capsule toy. Cosplay. Don't look at me. Story. Meaning street. Electronic wave. Okay, we know about that. John Titer. Mo. Cute. Moe. Moe. Reinet. Superhacka. Alright, cool. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with meaning for oh. I turned to Daru with a mean menacing glare.
黙れスーパーハカ。俺は中二病ではない。
Oh no, Junior boy patient. Sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin.
おーい。今日まだ。
Owen, Kyoma.
そういう設定っしょ。
That's your character's name, right?
やれやれ。誰の人とのコミュニケーションの取れなさはどれだけ経っても治らないな。
アニメのオフ会じゃ僕がいつも場を盛り上げてるっつうの。
This fat bespectacled guy is my brother-in-arms, right-hand man, Hashido Itaru, nickname Daru. This guy is awesome. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. He has 2 wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. Oh. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. The needle bit my finger. GG. Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Sheena Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student. If you can't believe it, I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women. And today she is working on costumes at her usual leisurely pace. Why does the Future Gadgets laboratory need costumes for? Doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I would ever kick her out. After all, he was the first one to join the Future Gadget laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring, she said to me. Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. That means she is
でオ
useful.
カリン、アルパカマンは反応したん？
いや全然。
Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game.
この不愛想アルパカ。
Damn man, antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do, TV makes a sound like it's shorted and then the screen goes blank. Change the channel, nothing. Check the power cable, nothing. Whack it again, nothing. I guess it's broken, down. This crummy TV is on lease from the brown tube workshop downstairs. It is probably just old.
きっとね、アルパカさんが怒っちゃったん
Made
だ
Miss
よ。
Alpaca angry. GG.
後で修理できるか聞きに行かなければ。
I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of the Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago. And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until...
どうかした？
What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. I really love the art style of this game. Or visual novel in this case. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes.
今人が消えたよな。
Hmm?
消えただろ今目の前で。
Oh, I think we skipped again. No, not skip. Like downstairs. Panic took hold as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her.
マユリも見たか？見たよな。
Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from her shaking.
見てない。
I didn't see anything.
見てない。
I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles.
見ていない。見ていない
Saw
のか。
nothing?
だってついさっきまでここにはたくさんの人たちが歩いていたんだぞ。
歩いて
They
たか
were?
な。
それに店員まで消えている。こんなことはいくらなんでもありえない。
それは仕方ないと思う
Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense.
とにかくね、最初からこの辺には誰もい
It
な
was
かっ
like
たよ。
oh,
あ、そっか。オカリンは幻を見て
oh,
た
I
の
know
ね。
you're seeing things.
きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。てってーん
How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. Oh. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radican, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, bedded in the roof building. Where not 5 minutes before, I had found Chrysa's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Chrysis might still be in the dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was,
そもそも
what the hell
あの
is
人
that
工衛星
satellite
は
doing there?
一体なんだ。
Right before Dr. Nakabashi presentation of the building, looked like a bomb exploded. Interesting. Cannot use the phone at the moment. Beyond its have placed a satellite-like machine shrouded in the smoke, glowing dust. When I first saw it, satellite was on the rooftop. I think we're gonna do it like that. What happens if I press this button now? Okay, nothing. Oh shit! I did not want to do that.
マユリ、あの人工衛星だが。
I wonder what... Oh boy. What does... So... We're gonna try this again. Oh boy. We're gonna do an okay here. What? Okay, it cancelled out here. Good. I've been pressing buttons on this one, so we're gonna jump back right in. I did a quick save, yes. They have some, they map some scary buttons on the controller. Like, I don't really understand what it means with the skip thing. Should we do a quick load or should we do a load? I think we're gonna try the load. I'm gonna try here something. I'm gonna skip past this part a bit. Because I'm not sure if...
アニメのオフ会じゃ僕がいつも場を盛り上げてるっつうの。
I kind of felt like it did a weird skip, and I'm not sure if I had something.
指に刺さった。
if I had something, you know, if I.
マユシーはオカリンの人質だからここにいようと思います。
でオカリン、アルパカマン。
いや全然。この無愛想アルパカ。後で修理できるか。聞きに行かなきゃ。
We're just gonna speed back to where we were. Great. Okay, good. So it should be like that. We're gonna go to the part where we were before.
どうかした？
So I'm gonna skip here a bit until we get to the part where we started to fiddle around with the buttons. You know, like this button.
マユリも見た。
We were...
見てない。見ていない。見ていないのか。
歩いてたかな。
それに店員まで消えている。
それは仕方ないと。とに
Here
か
we
く
go.
ね、最初からこの辺には誰もいなかった。きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。トゥットゥルー。
I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn to, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There was not a cloud in sight, the scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radakan, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine like some kind of satellite embedded into the roof of the building, where, not 5 minutes before, I had found Makise Krisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Krisu might still be in the dark, narrow passage, full bloody, alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was...
そもそも
What the hell is the satellite doing
あ
there?
の人工衛星は一体
Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it, someone had placed a satellite-like machine, shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop. But that's not what I was seeing now. Yeah, it crashed now. The satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I know it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen?
マユリ、あの人工衛星だわ。
びっ
Oh,
くり
what a
したね。
surprise, huh?
びっくりしただと。何がびっくりしたのだ。
ドカーンってすっごい音がしたもん。
Made a huge kapla sound. Huge kapla. Certainly did make a sound. But I don't think it was a kapla. I'd say it was more like a zoom.
あの人工衛星は落ちてきたのか。
Did that satellite fall out of...
来たのかな。宇宙人さん乗ってるのかな。
Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all?
そこの君たち、
Just then, Uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern.
ここで何をやっているんだ。ここらは今立ち入り禁止だ。すぐに出て行きなさい。
ごめんなさい。
Hey, sorry.
それより制服警官さん、仮にあなたを警官 A と名付けるが、一つ聞きたいことがあるんです。
Officer
警官
A.
A って。
今ここで数千人の通行人が一瞬で消えたんです。あなたも見ましたよね。
見ていない。いいから早く出て
What
行
is-
け。
Sorry, we'll get out of it. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Marcus' Krise, get him to call an ambulance. But before I could,
さっきから何をバカなことばかり言っているんだ。
the policeman took me by the upper arm and said, "No one gets stabbed at Shadikan." What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted to the UPA. There were people at the UPA. Usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chodori had been blockaded by the police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. That brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? Check online for any news. The net is buzzing about a mysterious machine that crashed into Radikan. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even TOT, are running special. Nice. TOT, fiction and television. Tokyo. Let's just do earlier. Quick save. All of the mayor stations in Tokyo, even Tokyo TV, are running special bulletins. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chodori is still closed off. Akihabara station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Krise's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery?
そうか。そういうことか。
From the sofa, I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Saru and Mayuri turn and stare.
これもすべて機関の隠蔽工作ということだな。警察にすら圧力をかけられるということは、この国の中枢ももはや奴らの手の内にあるということ。なんということだ。
That's it.
だが、俺の目はごまかせんぞ。いつか必ず奴らの所業を暴き、その支配構造に終止符を打ってやる。
Having come to satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice cold drinks are essential.
頭脳労働の後のドクターペッパーは相変わらず最高にうまいな。
コーラの方がよくね？
All is better.
オカリンは本当にドクターペッパーさんが大好きだよね。
They're calling Dr. P in this, but they're definitely saying Dr. Pepper. Or Dr.
この知
Pepper.
的飲料の良さがわからないやつは人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。
Dr. Pepper. So good. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the future gadget laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap, I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape so it's dim and hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. Putting it on and taking it off is apparently too much trouble for him. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, that sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be.
誰計画は順調に推移しているか
計画って何ぞ
Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It is significantly larger than the newer home models.
計画は計画だ8号機の調整以外に何があるというのか
ああそのこといきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる
We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond. We're cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃんだから実質2年半じゃね
細かいことはどうでもいいそれほどの付き合いの長さなのだからいい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ
それは無理
Awkward silence. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans, preparations, and other important sounding stuff. But no one knows what it means except us. Shut down again.
それで8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか
いやまだ
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpacamon, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we have managed to create an ingenious futurish gadget as a byproduct of our research. It is fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Gadget number 1, bit particle gun. Gadget number 2, the bamboo helicam. Gadget number 3, could this be Ora Ora? Oh no. Gadget number 4, Moad Snake. Gadget number 5, once again I made a worthless object by Goldmon. Gadget number 6, Xylem Saber. Gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. Oh man. They can all be seen on the website Daru made, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, Bone Wave. Name subject change. Bone Wave is pretty weak name, so I added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mary's idea. When a future gadget is complete, the 3 of us discuss what to name. I prefer names based on mythology or names with hidden meanings that need an extra explanation to understand. Daru thinks my naming style too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so, our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. Phone wave names. The phone wave is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food into the microwave before you leave, then you're on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start, heating process, voila, hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of shit. 2 days ago, however, we discovered that a phone wave is second unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly a ditzy Mayuri, had made her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1 as usual when the chicken came out more frozen than when she had put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Oh my god. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
マユシがやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし、バナナを冷凍してみようとしたら、さらにへんてこなことになったし。
And when we tried to freeze a banana, it turned out really weird.
さっぱりわかんない。
I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
マイリーマイリー、ここにバナナを持て。
Refrost the bananas.
またゲルバナ作るの？
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。ゲルバナって略さないでくんない？
Gel banana.
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
Gel bananas are gel bananas. That's actually good logic. I take the bananas from Mayuri, stick a whole bunch into the phone wave.
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？もったいないよ。
It's a waste of food.
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いに勝利することなどできんぞ。
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。おかげでマユシーはちっともバナナが食べられません。
Nice.
次からは1本ずつ使うことも検討しておこう。
Next time we will only do one. But I already put a whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. Phone wave. Simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on it. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Ah, where did I put my phone? Check my pants coat pockets. Ah, where did I put my phone? Check my... Oh. Wait. What? Let's press the phone triggers, call the cell phone, and make a call. Okay. Now, where did I put on my phone? I'm connected.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です。
This is the voice of Maishi Guidance. System data programmed to operate the phone wave.
マユシーの声聞こえてきた？
少し黙れ。マユシーガイダンスが聞こえなくなる。
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数を プッシュしてください。例えば1分ならシャープ60、2分ならシャープ120です。
Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 sharp. That should do it. This method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. Phone wave name subject to change comes to life. Turntable begins to rotate.
綺麗なターンテーブルだろう。普段と違って逆回転してるんだぜそれ。
Turntable spinning backwards.
何？逆回転？そこに重大な意味があるかもしれ
That
ない。
might have serious implications if we look at quantum critical behavior driven by
規則を
Huntsville.
導入して。
あるわ。
Yeah, no,
ないか。
not Hunt's rule. No,
ないです。
そうか。
the three of us wait and stare at the spin bananas. After 2 minutes past, the microwave chimes. Mary takes the bananas out.
ゲルバナの出来上がり。
The bananas have become not bananas, gelatinous blobs coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. Alright, that's enough with that. I tried to see if we could change the phone wave name, and I really need to. But yeah, let's do this. I can go to the bathroom. We're only going for a short time. It just gets more confusing each time.
ダルよ。このバナナ食べてみようとは思わないか思うはずだ。我らの理念達成の犠牲となり散ったダルに。
Oh boy.
すげえまずそうじゃん。
味は関係ない。食べることに意味があるのだ。さあダル。
What matters is
遠慮することはない。骨は拾ってやるから思い切ってずずいと行くがいい。
いらね。
ではマユリ、お前にその名誉を譲ろ
なんかね、ゲルバナは中身がデロデロでブニュブニュだったよ。
Droopy droop, soft and squeak. Wait, she already tried one?
味もしないし、全然美味しくなかった。
No flavor, what's the taste at all?
う。デロデロでブニュブニュか。ダルよ、どう思う？
ブニュブニュバナナか。ブニュブニュのバナナ。マユシ、あなたのバナナ、ブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
ダルくん、
That
ダ
is my
ル
spirit
くん。
animal. Hey, what's up,
鼻血
Mew?
出て
How you
る。
doing? And yeah, totally. He's an Otaka's true dream, Kappa.
いいから言ってみてください。お願いします。
I like Daru, he's nice.
あなたのバナナ、ブニュブ。
言わせるな、手の額。
Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. Kappa. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Or she does, but... Yes, doesn't.
ゲル状になったということは反固形。すなわち、分子同士の結びつきが弱くなっている可能性がある。
Gelatinous semi-solid state of matter. In other words, there's a possibility that the intermolecular bonds were weakened. but could have partially liquefied the bananas.
そうか。わかったぞ。
I turn to the whiteboard and write freezing in the middle. Then I cross it out and slap the board with my hand.
俺たちは冷凍機能だと思い込んでいたが、実は違ったのだよ。
A bold statement if I do say so myself. So why isn't anyone surprised?
さあお前たち、なんだってと叫ぶがいい。ここは叫ぶところだ。
Their reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I said.
冷凍機能じゃないのは分かってるっつうの。
I agree with Daru on that. No shit, Sherlock.
問題は、じゃあこの機能って何ぞ？何が起きてんの？ってことじゃん。
冷凍の逆
It's the
なら
opposite of freezing.
解凍じゃないのかな。
実に愚鈍な意見だな、マユリ。それでは普通の電子レンジと同じではないか。
じゃあどういうこ
And what
と？
is it?
それが分かんないから悩んでるんだお。
Oh, and that's the problem.
うん。
He's right. To be honest, I haven't. Alright, I think we're gonna do it like here. It's getting late. Let's save everything. We're gone for 2 hours. Seems nice. So yeah, we will continue more with this game tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna end for today. So, but welcome you. It's been awesome having you here. And you too, Vax. Welcome out from the lurk. Kappa. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. And have a good evening, have a good night. This week is going to be awesome. But yeah, take care. Bye bye.